If you didn't hear, then fuck whatever's
afraid, be very afraid.
I used to think the rappers had it figured out.
Admit was Chopper is the Rimical.
everyone
What
trying to
up, guys? We're back for video number 2, second video. So thank you for checking us out. We're gonna take a look, not a first reaction. We're actually gonna be diving in and dissecting and looking at the lyrics of today's song, Ground Control, from Sage Francis, his album A Healthy Distrust. It's a little bit older song, 2004, I think I saw. Um, so I know the song, but we're going to be talking about the poetry. We're going to be talking about the meanings of what he's actually saying. And I don't know exactly what he's saying, but it's for us to interpret, and everybody interprets poetry differently. And Sage Francis is a special artist because he's very poetical. And I'm not sure if this is true, but it's my opinion that he actually did poetry or does poetry, but he's very good with it. So we're gonna go ahead and check out Ground Control. I'm just gonna let it play. I have my lyrics pulled up, so just in case I don't understand anything. Um, but yeah, this song's amazing. Let's go.
Sad, sad monster, turn those horns up, burn the back roads, find your way out. Troubled love life, give the gift of yourself to the dark.
All right, so his intro already, and he does this. I mean, I think he transitions from a song before this. I don't know or remember what the song is, but he has a little transition. But um, the part that I want to take away from this is he's kind of like a sad monster, right? Turn your horns up, burn the back roads, find your way out. So give the gift of yourself to the dark. So he's talking about, I'm not sure here yet, but something about a troubled love life. And I think you lose yourself sometimes in a love life or a relationship, and you're giving yourself. But let's keep listening and see what we find out.
Ground control to lost soul, ground control to lost soul. If you copy, come in, lost soul, come in, lost soul. We lost contact.
Abort mission.
We lost contact.
And then so he comes in a little hard right there. Ground control to lost soul. I love this part. Ground control to lost soul. That is something big. It's not just looking for yourself. It's a mission. You know what I mean? Like ground control, it reminds me of looking out into space and the vast um space, outer space, and the universe. Ground control to lost soul. You're lost out there, you know, in a huge void. And what is the chance that your lost soul is going to get that message?
Dead streets back you into bad corners. Curves crumble once you park your ass on them. Parking meters overdue. Violation goes unnoticed. Out of all of those who try to travel off-road, you come the closest. I grant you this toast. To all of those who showed promise and never made one that broke, I salute you. I never meant to lose you, but I know this road don't go where it used to.
So I think he's still here talking about things being lost, and more specifically yourself. You know, being backed into bad corners, um, violation or parking meters overdue, violations go unnoticed, you know. Um, just that's like violations overdue is like you not looking into your needs, yourself, but the violation goes unnoticed. You lose it. They just keep piling up until they become a problem, until you're lost. Um, I think we left off here with I never meant to lose you, but I know this road don't go where it used to. Now that's pretty cool right there. Like you're on a road that you know, then you lost yourself on that road, but the road's now changed and you're lost on the road, but the road don't even go to where it used to, which is where you're at now. So that's deep right there. Go back a second or two.
Lose you, but I know this road don't go where it used to. I got a map that looks a lot like your veiny arms. It ain't the scale, but the details, the names of the songs. And this one is called Cancelled Flight Blues. Manipulative twist I think that Manson might have used. But poor musicians come a dime a dozen. And you're the Eggman, a flash in the pan, and your yoke is running. Who broke that hard out of covering? Some chick in your mix you couldn't level with. Headless horsemen, come the suffering. Go the direction, following air currents, but it was my drift you're supposed to be catching.
Sage Francis is just full of metaphors, full of similes, full of oxymorons. Um, let's see here. I'm not too sure what he's really talking about, like being the Eggman and being splashed in the pan with your yolk running. Um, but there he's talking about, okay, so maybe let's break that down. You're the Eggman, right? Okay, that's what he says. Poor musicians come a dime a dozen, and you're the Eggman. I'm flashing the pan and your yoke is running. Okay, so he's just saying poor musicians come a dime a dozen of eggs. Okay, now you're just one of those eggs in the dime or in the dozen, and now your yolk is running. Now you're bleeding. You're dying. Maybe on the inside, I don't know. Maybe that's part of the losing yourself kind of um theme of this song, okay? Who broke that hard outer covering? Still talking about the Eggman. Some chick in the mix you couldn't level with. So now he's talking about eggs. Now he's talking about chicks. But is he talking about a chick in the egg? Or is he talking about now who broke your shell? You're the egg. Who broke your shell? Now he said a chick in the mix. So is he talking about a girl, a woman, and not necessarily a chick? Okay?
Fishnets collect dust and stagnant. Go the direction, following air currents, but it was my drift you're supposed to be catching. Fishnets collect dust in stagnant water. Haven't heard back from you since the gag order. Pussy cat got your tongue. Beat up, in communication.
Ground control.
That was cool, that part.
If you copy, come in, lost soul. Come in, lost soul. We lost contact.
About the following air currents, but it was my drift you're supposed to be catching.
Flip that script now. Come on, you cock. Bust my shit.
I just like that part right there. It's just he starts the song out kind of with a slow little poem kind of. Then it's like bam, 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 bam. He's just hitting you left and right with all these things, and then it's just like whoosh, bam, slows back down, and it's kind of like you're back in outer space. Like the whole verse is like that person calling ground control to lost soul. Are you out there? And then this part, that part's the guy in the radio tower calling, but then this slow part with the music and him calling out and the echoey, choppy part right there is like you're back out floating in outer space and you're looking Earth, wondering if anybody sees you. Could be wrong, but how it makes me feel.
You're a lint ball who moves on the whim of the wind. Confused, flexible movement for freedom.
That ain't free.
It's the walls you keep bouncing off of or closing in. There's only so much time before your rhythm gets broken. I could hear it speeding up before we lost signal. It caused a ripple effect. Rings on the radar would intersect.
All right, so now there you are again. You're the lint ball who moves on the whim of the wind. You're still lost. You're still on that road that doesn't go where it used to. You're still in space floating, just on the whim. Um, if the walls we keep bouncing off keep closing in, there's only so much time before your rhythm gets broken, right? I could hear it speeding up before we lost signal. So that's pretty cool. If you're the wall, or if the walls keep closing in and you're bouncing off of them, right? You're bouncing off, and then the walls keep closing, and then you're bouncing faster and faster and faster. And your rhythm, is, we're not talking about your rhythm. We're talking about your rhythm is your life, right? And you're getting closed in on. and and everything's closing in, your rhythm's gonna get broken, your life is gonna get tougher, you're gonna get those ripples that he talks about. I can hear it speeding up before we lost signal. It caused the ripple effect, brings on the radar with intersect. So those are those ripples he's talking about as the walls closing in, your rhythm broken, the rhythm of your life. Now you have ripples.
Now your fingers are off limits. I can't hold your hand longer than your attention span. The two-way street we're supposed to meet on, it's a one-way dead end. You're some of my best friends. Press send. Where are the donuts you've been lost inside? Tow trucks you've been forced to ride. Hold ups at the borderline. Customs will confiscate costumes and get exhausted. Force-fed my car fumes.
So much right there. He goes and goes, and I could break down every sentence of this song. That's just how deep Sage Francis is. Um, but I love this line. Now your fingers are off limits. I can't hold your hand longer than your attention span. I don't know what exactly he's talking about there, but I like it. It's deep, you know. Let me know in the comments what you think because that line kind of stumps me. I mean, and it's pretty clear, like, but it's deep. I can't hold your hand longer than your attention span. The two-way street we're supposed to meet on, it's a one-way dead end. Some of my best friends press send. So the two-way street we're supposed to meet on. So maybe that wraps back around to that line in the beginning where he said, "This road don't go where it used to. Used to be a two-way street. Two ways means it's talking about best friends there. Best friends, you need to put in effort on both sides. One way, two ways, right? But now it's a one-way dead end. Some of my best friends. So I've had this friendship before. I mean, a lot of people have a friendship like this or a relationship like this. It's supposed to be a two-way street, but you find yourself putting in all that effort. It's a one-way dead end when two people don't put in the effort for that two-way street. It becomes a one-way dead end.
Can't afford the duty tax, so expensive. Come off your head trip and visit where your old friends live. You're sensitive like the time. Critical.
So just another way to just solidify that last dead end thing. You know what I mean? I can't afford the duty tax, so expensive. Come off your head trip and visit where your old friends live. Right? The duty tax. I don't know what duty tax is, but it's expensive here. Duty tax, I think he's talking about the effort he has to put in. That's the duty tax. His effort is too much. It's too expensive. Now he's calling and asking, come off your head trip and visit where your old friends live. All right. Let's go back just a hair real quick.
You're sensitive like the time. Critical. You swore to God on a lie and didn't die. You're invincible. Kiss the pavement, make love while cars spin. Be careful when the unsafe sex parade comes a march and they got full body condoms to carry you off in.
I wish I told you that while we were still talking. Ground control.
All right. Here we go. You're sensitive like the time. I guess you can consider time sensitive. Maybe. It don't stop. I don't know. And it's constant for the most part. You're sensitive like the time. Critical. You swore to God on a lie and didn't die. I don't know what exactly is talking about there. I feel like friendships or relationships. Someone broke a promise to him on a swear to God. Um, be careful when the unsaid X parade comes a marching and they got full body condoms to carry you off in. I wish I told you that while we were still talking. Um, I don't know. I don't know what that last part means. Be careful when the unsaid X parade comes a marching and they got full body condoms to carry you off in. I wish I told you that while we were still talking. You guys let me know in the comments what that means. The unsaid X parade. Full body condoms. If I had to guess, the unsaid X parade. Maybe he's talking about the relationships, right? Maybe an X. Okay. The X parade. He's talking about losing himself, and I think it all wraps back into losing yourself in some type of relationship, or a friendship, which is a relationship. But here I want to say a relationship with the woman. He's talking about condoms, full body condom, though. He's talking about a body bag, right? For now, you're dead. You're dead inside, or you're person who you were is dead, and that's who he's looking for. Ground control to lost soul. Do you copy? Come in, lost soul, right? So he's telling a warning. I wish I told you that while we were still talking, okay? Because if you don't heed this warning, you're going to be carried off in that full body condom, right? The full body condom or the body bag.
Told you that while we were still talking. Ground control to lost soul. If you copy, come in, lost soul. Come in, lost soul. We
That
lost
pretty much
contact.
wrapped up this song. And then he just has some fun here.
Lift your copy.
Do you copy?
Lift your copy. Lost contact. Lift your copy. Lost contact. Lift your copy. Lost contact. Lift your copy. Lost contact.
That was Ground Control by Sage Francis. Thanks for kicking it with me for video number 2. I got some good comments in the last video we did was Aesop Rock. Some good suggestions, so I'm gonna try to get to those. I was just kind of looking for some music that I kind of knew to break down. I'm not gonna really try to do first reactions, although when I do first reactions, it's gonna include a breakdown of the lyrics. Because that's what I'm more into. I can really care less about hearing something for the first time and being like, oh my God, I can't believe this or that. But I'm more interested in like, wait, what was he saying? What did he mean? You know, that's what I want to look at, and I want to do that with you guys. So thanks for being here for video number 2, Sage Francis, Ground Control. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Leave some suggestions in the comments, and hopefully I can get to them next.
If you didn't hear, then fuck whatever.
Afraid, be very afraid.
I used to think the rappers had it figured out.
Admit was chopper is the rim.